All right. Get it with it there, Woodman. Hot timers. Hot time.
All the time in the world. You missed the salute, but whatever.
Wow, jeez, moving
What's
on.
going
Get
on, Patriots? What's going on? Stay vigilant. If you see something, say something. Don't expect Woodman to show you. I'm sure. All right,
what
good to be back.
Patriots?
Good to be back. I just saw somebody said,
crazy.
"What, did Trump have a heart attack?" I don't know. Was that a rumor? I heard he had some kind of doctor appointment. Let me.
No, he has his annual physical. He does or whatever, and he doesn't have to release. I don't know if that's the case, but we always like to know the health condition of our commander in chief.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, no, we do.
I thought we were doing the normal intro. So we are live right now, huh? I thought we were doing the normal intro.
We're kind of, we're putting it out there, Woodman, just to see what they think, and maybe we'll go back and try it again. But no, I would say, yeah,
we're live. Yeah. What do
you see all those people, all those wonderful patriots like Todd Marsh, Dugas, Joe Elena, the Do by Do, Fluid Pour Art by Greg.
What's up, brother? Daniel Bird. What's up?
Oh yeah, all these guys, they're with us.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I look up Trump because somebody had said it's just one person. Did Trump have a heart attack? Question mark. And I put in Trump heart attack, and all I get is Trump attacks impeachment witness. Trump attacks.
Trump attacks the heart of America.
So I don't think there's anything going on. Just him attacking others. No heart attack.
Like the fake news attacks.
Attacking the fake news, attacking the democracy of the foundation, going against all norms of any president ever before him. That's how you know he's right, when you hear the mainstream say that stuff.
Oh yeah,
Imagine that.
He's going against everything.
So they're saying
I
some
agree.
documents leaked from over in the Ukraine that show, or China, one of the two, that are showing like huge amounts of money, and it was set up, that was owned, this account, none other than by John Kerry. So there was this whole,
Interesting.
and it links to him and Hunter Biden. So I don't know, man.
All right.
And this is the one that Trump pulled out during that last rally, where he was like, "Oh yeah," and he whipped out of his pocket and he kind of read it, and he's, "I just got off the plane."
Kind of waved around like a fan,
and then you could see it.
Was.
It was like 2 or 3 pages stapled, like people that do his, up to here. You want to see this, and handing it to him.
Dossier for the day.
Right.
So, all right, Tina Mobley, thank you. Got pushing about 400 in the room. We're just getting started here, folks. You ain't missed much.
It's gonna be a good show.
Yes, we have. I see save Phil McConnell. That's interesting. We can get into that a little bit here in a minute. But again, before we really get started, to everyone just getting in, we're at the 10-minute mark. We had a 5 or 6 minute countdown before we even got
pre-show.
here. Yeah. So you've missed nothing. Okay, so let's take a minute here before we get started. I want to show the little clip from earlier today, and a little bit about the new membership that is part of the channel now. Again, there's this looming date of all these changes coming to YouTube. It's just a final kind of here's what it could have been like. Yeah, SOB. So let's watch about. I think it's only about 2.5 minutes here, and then we'll come right back. And then by then, more you should be in here. Take a listen to this. This is just from 2 nights ago with Chuck Schumer.
McConnell is the majority leader, so it's his prerogative to set up rules. In the past, there's always been consultation with the minority leader, and I hope he will consult with us, and we can get some fair bipartisan rules like was done in the last impeachment situation with Bill Clinton. They initially came to an initial agreement that passed 100-0. They had some disputes later, and it passed in a more divided way. But I am ready to sit down with Leader McConnell and try to come up with fair rules. There's no reason why we shouldn't be able to do that.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it.
Welcome to the Patriot Hour. Real quick before we get started here, I wanted to take a minute to show you here on the Patriot Hour, we now have the join button. It is a membership. It's been around for a few years. This channel hasn't been eligible for it. This is simply for those who would like to give on a monthly basis. There are several different tiers. Information will always be free here, folks. This is just a way to support the Patriot Hour if you can and want to. Other than that, just keep sharing the videos and everything else. Those of you that want to be a member, the link is now there. Again, the information will always be free. Now, there might be a few fun things we do with the members or members only, but it'd be more just of hanging out and doing some live shows that might only be open to them, but it'll never be anything held back because you're not a member. I wouldn't do that. That's not the point of this. If you remember, I had a Patreon early on. It got canceled in May of 2019. I think we got up to 43 or 48 people giving per month, ranging from $1 to a few people actually giving $50 a month. And then that got shut down in May, and I never really did anything over there, ever. I did all the work over here at YouTube and would link sometimes, very rarely, over there, just to a video back at YouTube, because their platform didn't really allow for much. But it got shut down, said I broke the rules. So therefore, the 43 people that were supporting it all went away. No big deal. We carried on. Okay, now let's jump into today's news flow. We got some new Q and a few other things. And welcome to the newest members. At the time of this video, there's 3.
Nice.
All right. So just a rundown of how that worked. Now that is wrong as far as that was earlier today at 3. So let me see here.
So you got some new. No, it's kind of interesting. You know, like I said, just another way. Still getting excited about what the future holds. Lots of new stuff has been hanging out.
So what'd you think of that Chuck Schumer talking about this whole, we have a lot of, they should work with us up at the next level. McConnell should talk to me so we can come over some guy. Well, it's like the Democrats have not done that yet on the House side.
On anything, really.
Well, yeah, no, they were holding basement one-sided trial runs and rehearsals and in the basement of the,
basement dwellers.
Yeah. DOJ is reportedly considering criminal charges against the 2 prison guards on duty for Jeffrey Epstein, by the way. Well, they should be.
They allowed his killers to go in there.
So, did you guys catch the former Ukraine ambassador, Jim Jordan, how he questioned, so she was so concerned with this stuff. Like, all these people are concerned with things that didn't really happen. Because if you talk to, like, Trump, it didn't happen that way. You talk to the other person on the other end of the phone call, they're like, I didn't feel threatened. Like, you can't be blackmailed unless you kind of know about it. You can't be unwittingly blackmailed, like, typically.
That's the whole point of blackmail. Yeah, you got to know about it.
So it's a perception to these other people, like we talked about, Ben, like, me and you have a conversation and a third party's like, wow, I think he kind of threatened you. And you're like, nah, I don't think he did. I'm like, yeah, I think he did. And I'm going to go file charges for you. You'll be drugged into court and your life will be a wreck. But no worries. I'm your friend. And you're like, no, he didn't. I don't see anything wrong with what we did.
I was not dishonored, my friend. Yeah.
So that's the biggest delusion going on is all that. It's like the people that want to see Trump go down. It's really easy because everything he does, they can see something wrong in it. But it's like really the people involved are saying no, and it's like, well, of course they would. They're the maybe the acting in a dirty manner, but there's nothing wrong with the phone call. We don't even see anything wrong. Where like with the tape with Biden, you do. He threatened the government, money, fire this person. Well, why would he do all that? Well, his son worked at the place that they were looking at. Oh my gosh, it all adds up.
Now his behavior seems reasonable for doing these things.
Yeah,
well,
but
he bragged on it. He bragged on it.
That's
he was bragging on it, man.
That's bragging. That was showboating on it. This was done for that reason. And then if you didn't know one aspect of like, why would he sit on stage and talk about it? Because he doesn't really bring up his son, but you have to do a little research and you find the reason he was firing this guy because it was getting close to. That was the whole point they're saying, and then with the fact that he had no reason, like nothing. He didn't speak this language. He didn't have a background in energy. He didn't like. What did he offer? What
His
was
last name?
Yes, other than having that.
Yeah.
So that's all real. You can see it. You don't have to look hard. It's there. Worth looking into anyway. So that would be the impeachable offense, is if like Biden, Hunter Biden, Kerry, Pelosi, all these kids and their ties, and it just so happens like under the Obama administration, where like Kerry was in charge of this place, his son was there. Where Biden was in charge of China and Ukraine, his boy was in both of them. Look at Pelosi, what was she put in charge of under Obama? And then boom, her kid's there. It all adds up, and it's all worth looking into. And if a crime's committed with any of those people and Trump didn't look into that, I would say that's impeachable offense to not look into crimes.
Oh, yeah.
We
would scream if they weren't being exposed by our commander in chief. And now that he is, they're saying that, he's a bad man.
Well,
bad man.
It all stems back to where, be open-minded here. It all stems all the way back to where Trump was not supposed to win. It was Hillary Clinton. So therefore, none of this stuff would have came into play. It all stems back to that. And since she didn't win, and Trump did, everything started to get like, hey, this ain't like what we had planned. Now they're digging, scratching, trying to find some way of making it, you know, correct. And the main way to get rid of to do that is to get rid of our president. Once you get rid of him, everything's back to normal again. We don't want that, man. Do you guys? I don't
Oh,
think
no.
so.
No chance of winning, so they got to.
Well, it all stems back. It all stems back to where Hillary was supposed to have won. If she would have won, none of us would have heard anything about this. It swept under the rug and kept quiet. Well, since it came out, now they got to try and duck weave whatever and try and then you got pointing fingers and stuff. And well, look at the Democrats right now. They had what 24, 25 to begin with.
Yeah.
To combat President Trump. Come on, man. I mean, look,
a slot machine can only hold so many quarters.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. This none of this was supposed to have happened at all. They're really freaking out. This ain't the norm. This ain't the norm. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God.
Well, that's the whole thing. She had to win, and then when she didn't, they went into this whole insurance thing. I mean, they were doing for those of you those of you just tuning in, simply put, they spied on Trump using the Five Eye. They avoided it was a rogue group of people within the government that spied on Trump and Ted Cruz, and they were doing it using the Five Eye, which is like Italy, the UK, Australia,
all of our intelligence allies, and they were using our intelligence allies as their
and rogue people. They sent John Brennan, a lot of these people, over to these places to do the negotiation. He'd enter these countries with fake passports, and it's like, oh, that's his job. He's a CIA. Well, normally they can still enter with a diplomatic, and blah blah blah. I'm here on a case, but no, he was entering to be off the record. He didn't want to be tracked by the system. So he goes as John
Sounds
Smith.
nefarious to me.
Yeah. That's why he's so loud and so mad. But then now you watch these same guys getting trickled down here. I mean, the big sign for like us, Ben and Woodman here, is right when Trump won, all the people that left the intelligence agencies. That was a tall tale sign, because those guys are pretty smart as far as like, everything's tracked, you idiots. The only way that this worked is if she won, so nobody would access stuff. But now, oh man, I'm out of here. And they've been at home for 3-4 years, just shaking in their boots, hoping, that they or forgot about. I've been quiet for 4 years. I wasn't one of the people tweeting and yelling. It's like, well, So I mean, and then once he won, they went into this, get the FISA, the fake dossier, present that to the FISA courts, trick the judges. How did they trick the judges? Well, Comey held back certain aspects of, like, well, did you guys verify this whistleblower, this Christopher Steele? Yeah, we sent 2 agents out there. And those 2 agents came back with really bad paperwork saying that we can't trust this guy. He's biased. He wants to see Trump gone. Well, bury that paperwork, and they put that into a file until 2090. When Horowitz came around and got the stuff from Comey in the first time, he didn't give that to him. He's like, you guys have more paperwork? I want to verify this dossier. Where's the 302s or the, when you send the agents out, you have to send 2 of them, right?
We want to know their field records. What's the first paragraph? How did this all start?
I kind of put those in there, and they're till 2090. What's, why do you need to see them? Well, why do you have them in there? Those are just the confirmations to the, that should have been presented to the judge, That's the stuff. And Comey's not tweeting about that kind of stuff. What is Comey tweeting about? He's tweeting about whys and stuff. Why?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yep.
So it is crazy. We're seeing the effect of it, and people when they hear the word impeachment, they have, and what's funny is Trump's not really engaging too much into the proceedings. He's really downplaying them, like calling it the witch hunt. He's still using this terminology that he's been using in the the whole the false allegations. We've heard literally testimonies at the impeachment trials where they honestly say that hearsay evidence
It's better.
holds more weight than direct evidence. Like this
Why
is
would they
getting
do that? Why would they do that?
why? Yeah,
Because that's what
this
they
is
need to
getting
work, right? It's like ramping it up. Like, folks, before we get started here today, sometimes hearsay is better than anything else. All right, I just want you to know that. Keep that in mind. All right, first witness.
Heard it from a
So this is
friend.
hearsay, you know, and then they go into this hearsay speech, and then you just heard that.
Well,
You just got retrained.
Well, yeah, but at the end, I can't remember the guy's name, but he's going like, so any one of you guys, can you call out any kind of like crime that went on here or whatever? I don't know about the term he used. He's going like, which one of you guys can come up or admit there was a crime here or whatever?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
all like look, brain hanging out of their head. Oh God, what was? Well, I can't do. In other words, this is all bull crap, you know.
They don't got nothing.
Look, I mean, they got called out on it right there. You know, I don't know, man. I wouldn't make a good politician, that's for sure. Because I don't
Well,
like
I mean,
liars.
we all know that anybody can sue anybody in America, and there's a difference between being impeached and in the impeachment proceedings. And this is a dirty little play. It's almost like
Even if they
when
didn't
you have
want
two people
impeachment,
fighting. Yeah, yeah.
Or they
you
know
have
that
two
they're
people
not-
fighting it.
yeah, they know that at the end they're not going to get them, but the process
Yeah, yeah,
alone
yeah.
can be great.
Mud
Charade,
throwing.
right?
Right.
And they're
Yeah.
going to say
Damn.
things. I mean, they've already tried this before with Kavanaugh and other people we've tried to put into the
Right.
places, and so it is interesting. I will say though that, and we've talked about this on the backup channel, all three of us, where the impeachment proceedings is kind of the kickoff to the big show. This is it. They everything has culminated to this impeachment process. The whole Russia gate, this whole he colluded with these people. This is an evil man. His racism, his everything from he did this with Russia, he did that with the Ukraine and all these other people. Everything is coming up to the impeachment because that's all they have left. But I think that during this impeachment, and Q has even alluded to us that the indictments will be coming 2019. So it's going to be interesting to see during these proceedings what other revelations, I guess, are going to be coming out, because now they want it to be real public. And it's kind of like, okay, you want it to be public? All right, let's do some D-class. We'll start seeing some stuff come out real public.
That's what
So
that's what
I
I'm
think it's-
hoping. Well,
Yeah.
Woodman.
This is just an inquiry. It's not an impeachment.
yeah,
That's where everybody gets confused. It's not like they're not doing the impeachment.
that's what
thing
they wanted.
now.
Everyone to be confused and
Right.
just think
Yeah,
it is
right.
impeachment and all this stuff's coming out. And then at the end of it, it's
Right.
like, what? This wasn't impeachment? No, this is just an inquiry. You think it should be too,
Right.
huh? Because of everything you heard that we kind of
This is the
illusioned.
beginning of the proceedings. We haven't actually officially
Well-
thrown official
Right.
charges.
Yeah.
We're looking for them.
I think I agree. I think
The search is on.
let me see here. What was that one called? We Fight for Humanity.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
the difference, and I agree with you. A lot of you guys are saying it's huge, it's unconstitutional. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's, we were formed with, if there was a crime committed, then there needs to be shown evidence, and you need to be shown in a public court of your peers. Then on top of that, there has to be, if one wrong is done to another, the person who's been wronged needs to show up in court and say, this person wronged me personally. That's how it's supposed to work. You're innocent until proven guilty. You're not guilty and you gotta go fight for your innocence. That's not how it works.
Yes.
And that's been changed so incredibly at almost every level of our court systems, from the lowly family court all the way up to the Supreme Court, and we're getting into judicial court and legislative court, where they're trying to pass things that are becoming insane. How they and we're and the majority of us, not here, not you watching it, because you guys are on 100% point on being patriotism, is eating it up like lemmings, and it's not scary, but it's interesting because it's almost inevitable.
I wish I had a gavel. I'd be banging it like oh shit! But have you seen those? They banging that gavel. Yeah. You're
Who
not
had that?
recognized. You're not recognized. You're not recognized. And like that. I wish I tried to find one. I couldn't find one, guys, because I was actually going to use it. Like after one of you guys got done talking, I was going to bang the gavel
I
on the
got a
table.
hammer
Like,
I use. It's a nice 20-ounce framing hammer that does way better than their pansy gavel. I'll slam that bad boy down and be like, "This is the law."
But I mean,
Yeah.
Schiff, you got to be kidding me, man. He he bang happy. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
That's my gavel.
Patriots gavel.
That's my gavel.
There you go, man.
It's joking.
But
My
I
wartime
got a
gavel.
kick.
This is awesome.
Kick out of
Somebody
that.
sent
He was
that.
like freaking out.
I know
You what?
something.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
There we go. One. We go all. Nice.
You know it. Q. Airborne. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice. We the people. That's the kind of gavel it needs. That would. There you go. That would be order here. Order in the court.
Yeah.
Dang, that's actually some. Let me see.
Was that
Oh, it
silver?
won't focus.
Is that
Nice,
silver
there
or
you go.
crystal
That's
ball
an eagle.
thing?
It's like an eagle on there or something.
Oh wow,
Somebody
sure is.
put one of the cool quarters and mashed it in there.
Yeah,
Nice.
sure is.
It's a $50. There it is.
Yeah.
It's hard to see.
Focus
That's
in,
nice.
that's great.
I wonder what the date is on that. That's pretty cool.
I just now saw that, you guys.
Wow.
Look at that. Discovery live. Live action Discovery.
There you go. There's your extra content. Some behind the scenes.
Extra.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I had this. I'm trying to look for it. Did you guys see that Jim Jordan asked that lady? Did she have an issue with at any time in 2016 with right when she got over there in August, because she took over the being the ambassador or whatever for Ukraine in 2016 of August, and she goes, well, right when you got there, there was the ambassador for the Ukraine here in Washington wrote an op-ed to the New York Times talking about Trump, and he was called him a terrorist, and she's like, and he went through all this stuff happening that was all really happening. And did you have any time report that? She goes, no. And then he asked lots of questions about like, well, that's what you're doing now, but yet the stuff you're saying happened now doesn't even exist because all the people involved are saying no. But it's a few people saying
yes.
We think so. By looking in on your conversation, we think so, but you might not, and this person doesn't, but we do. But back then, it was really happening all around, and it didn't concern her to tell anybody.
Is that what she said? Oh, is that a
To me, it was like the whole thing just blown wide open right there. I was like, whoa. You don't
Showing you the details. Devil's in the details right there.
You know, man.
So I think I put that video up. I don't know.
That's
I'm looking.
crazy. Oh, I'm sure you
See
did.
nothing.
I'm sure you did.
In Garage Talk,
sure you
we
did.
were laughing about it.
Delivered Durham's probe. I just don't get everything. Everything that he says. No, that's not that one.
Good seeing you, Ben.
Oh yeah, no,
Miss you,
it's
buddy.
always good to see you guys. This crazy happenings. It is. It's keeping up with these impeachment proceedings has been it's kind of been interesting. I was telling Mike
It
earlier
keeps
in Garage Talk. They have highlight
It keeps
videos
it-
now on YouTube.
Highlight.
It keeps you busy. It keeps you busy because there's so many idiots out there, doing some kind of narrative about, this impeachment thing. It's not even impeachment. it's really intense. I don't care where you go, they talk about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's an it's the
Sometimes my
inquiry.
eyes,
It's the starting.
sometimes my eyes and my ears are like melting because stupid crap they have out here. They keep going over and over and over and over again.
Well, we don't believe the lie
Unbelievable.
because that's what they
Oh, here
tell a
it is.
lie, tell it loud, make it simple, and
Well,
keep on repeating it.
have you watched the normal news lately? Holy cow. No wonder that people don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, if you get
You
trapped into
know,
that.
oh, gee whiz, my word, man.
Well, and that was me for a lot of
Unbelievable.
years, so I can understand it. Ben, that's what we all, I mean, that's normal. That's what's
We're all
normally.
there, man.
It was always real skeptical. You go to the internet to get your news, or and it's like, or YouTube, it's like, because,
I
when
had
people say
no idea.
YouTube, it's some
Yeah,
kid
I
out of
had
their
no
basement.
idea. Yeah, I had
Yeah,
no
no.
idea until we started talking about it. All three of us times the Legion were talking about it. That's the only reason why I got involved. Come on, think about it, guys. And man, we can all blame Mike in case we all go to prison or whatever. We can blame Mike.
Well,
Mike's the
me and Ben have
guy.
been talking even, we were all both on our own research paths, but, we linked up in 07-ish, 08, and instantly it was, throwing stuff back and forth in class at school, evening college, down at your local,
Yeah.
we went to a tech, Ivy Tech.
Usually,
Check this out.
usually the big brains is the guy that's kind of like trying to be silent, and the other guy he lets him go ahead and take over. So I don't know. It might be a battle between either one of you as far as life wits go. You guys are super
It's just
highly
about getting the
intelligent.
truth out, brother.
Yes.
It's like it's
I know,
you
but you guys pick on me, burning beard and all that crap. I figure I'd get you back.
Burning beard.
Gotcha.
All right,
All right,
now,
continue on.
Woodman,
I'm sorry.
listen up, Woodman. We're
Continue.
going to play this clip here, so I'm trying to keep a little schedule going. So hold on here. We're going to play this clip, and then we'll come back and talk about it, because this is important for these people here to see. Check it out.
All right.
Service to our country. Ambassadors, should ambassadors ever try to influence host country elections?
No.
I think you said in your opening statement, partisanship of this type is not compatible with the role of a career foreign service officer. Is that right?
Yeah.
But that's exactly what happened in 2016. In August of 2016, the very month you went to Ukraine as our ambassador, the Ukrainian ambassador here in the United States, Ambassador Chali, wrote an op-ed in The Hill, said this: Trump's comments send wrong message. So the very month you're over there as our ambassador to Ukraine, Ambassador Chali writes that op-ed, and it wasn't just that attack, as Mr. Castor got into earlier, it wasn't just that attack on the president. We had former Ukrainian Prime Minister Yatsenyuk, who criticized candidate Trump. We had Mr. Avakov. I believe earlier you said, Ambassador, that Mr. Avakov was the individual who first alerted you to the efforts of Mr. Giuliani. Mr. Avakov, back during this same time period in the months just prior to the 2016 election, called then candidate Trump all kinds of names, called him a terrorist. And of course we have Mr. Lyshenko, a member of parliament, who was a source for Fusion GPS and now somewhat famous dossier that flowed from Fusion's work. He said this in the Financial Times again in August of 2016 when you first arrived in Ukraine. He said this: the majority of Ukrainian politicians are on Hillary Clinton's side. So you had several high-ranking officials in the government, in the Ukrainian government, and President Poroshenko is president of Ukraine, criticized President Trump, then candidate Trump, all in the late summer and fall of 2016. What I want to know, Ambassador, when this was all happening, did you go talk to anyone in the Ukrainian government about this? Did you go say to some of these officials, hey, you guys need to knock this off, this perception that we got, as Mr. Lyshenko said, the majority of Ukrainian politicians on Hillary Clinton's side, that's not good. Did you have that conversation?
No.
Didn't talk to anyone in the government? Did you talk to President Poroshenko?
No.
Didn't alert anyone in the government?
No.
Well, one of the things we've heard so much over the last 6 weeks in depositions and frankly in the hearing on Wednesday is how important bipartisan support is for Ukraine. Democrats and Republicans agree they want to help Ukraine. In fact, the Democrats' first witness, their star witness on Wednesday, Mr. Taylor said Ukraine's most important strategic asset is this bipartisan support. And you would agree with that, right?
I do.
He said this in his testimony on Wednesday. On September 11th, I learned that the hold had been lifted the next day. Ambassador Taylor said, I conveyed this news to President Zelensky and the Ukrainian foreign minister, and I reminded Mr. Yarmak of the high strategic value of bipartisan support for Ukraine and the importance of not getting involved in other countries' elections. So what I'm wondering is, this is the day after the aid's been lifted that Ambassador Taylor made this statement to the Ukrainian government. And he makes this after there's nothing been done by Ukraine to influence our election. Because President Zelensky didn't announce he was doing an investigation and the aid was lifted. But he felt he needed to say that. But in 2016, when we know that the majority of Ukrainian politicians want Clinton to win, because it was said by a member of parliament, when the ambassador to the United States from Ukraine writes an op-ed criticizing then candidate Trump, when Mr. Avakov calls candidate Trump all kinds of names, nobody goes and talks to him and tells him to knock it off. Did you have any conversations, Ambassador, with Victoria Nuland or Secretary of State Perry about what was going on in 2016 and this majority of Ukrainian politicians being for candidate Clinton and not and opposed to President Trump?
No, I did not.
No one did anything. No one did anything. You see why maybe the president was a little concerned about what went on in Ukraine? And you couple that with the corruption level that we know exists in Ukraine, you add to that this idea that he's not a big fan of foreign aid, why he might be a little concerned about sending the hard-earned tax dollars of the American people to Ukraine?
I'm sorry, is there a question there?
There was.
Okay. Could you repeat it, please?
Man.
I'm asking.
Time of the gentleman's expired, but I'll let you to repeat the question.
She was in a trance too because he just called her out.
Maybe we can kind of see why the president was a little concerned when you have the highest-ranking officials in the government, the ambassador criticizing him, parliamentary member Lashchenko criticizing him, when you have Avakov, the guy who first told you about Giuliani, criticizing him. All this going on, and when you couple that with the concerns he has about corruption, the concerns he has about Europe not doing enough, the concerns he has about reluctance to send in the hard-earned tax dollars to any country,
Jordan,
frankly.
I have indulged you with extra time, but
I appreciate it.
My indulgence is wearing out.
I appreciate it.
There is a question, right?
Our indulgence wore out with you a long time ago, Mr. Chairman.
Well,
I'll tell you that.
I'm about to gavel you down, so if you have a question, I suggest you
gavel you down.
Do you think there's maybe a reason that this was that President Trump's concern was justified?
You know, I can't
don't
speak
know.
for the president on this.
No, you
but
speak
what
for
I would
everyone
say is you've listed a number of actions. I think from my point of view, that doesn't create a Ukrainian government strategy.
All right, it's enough.
I don't know what strategy she's trying to spin, and that witch is trying to cast spells on us, but I ain't listening to it.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit the norm. It doesn't fit the norm, people. It doesn't fit the norm. Get back to the norm, she's saying. This is not right.
Yes.
This is not right.
That's what you get out of that.
Yeah. Well, it's all
So her
this.
answer, I mean, it's quite clear. He was asking, did you do this when you knew this was happening? No. Did you ask any questions when you saw a possible perception of wrongdoing? These are our allies. They can't. They receive funding from our government. And this, I mean, there can't be no perception of bias here. Nope. Her answer was no to everything, and then it was almost like you caught it there. She was so trying to tune out because her answer to everything was always going to be no, that she didn't realize he was asking her a question.
Yeah.
What? Say it again. I'm sorry. It's
Is there a question there? Is there a question?
Yeah, was that a question? Yeah. He was like, do you
called
maybe
my-
see why the president was a little concerned? Because I mean, that's exactly
He
right.
answered it like you'd answer, like like a Jeopardy question. So he started with a premise and a question asked, and gave the information and paused, and she was like, "Huh."
Oh man.
Well, then you have Gavel.
Was that a
Gavel Boy
question?
come in. Yeah, Gavel Boy comes in and saves the day.
I will gavel down. Don't make me gavel you down.
We got some members, and we got a new one, Adam Lewis, which is a buddy of mine, and we got Jim Stawicki and Chris Gordon. Good evening, you guys. Sue New.
I got the members in here.
Hey, Sue New. Some members,
You guys
Simone
ain't
Ellis.
trolling. We know you've been vetted.
We got members. We got mods. We got people up in
Truth,
Congress
what
that
you
we
need,
call
we got-
slobs.
Get your hot truth, yeah.
But yeah, no. So all I took that to be we could all take a minute here and just sum that lady up. I'm going to say this, and this is again their star witness. This is the ambassador, whatever. Her feelings are hurt. She got fired. The president doesn't really have to have a reason. And like I'd like to point out, Obama, when he came in, he fired all 7 ambassadors. Actually, he put out a notice before he took office that they needed to be vacated from their offices.
I'm firing everybody. Yep.
So all 7 of them, 2 of them out of the 7 for political reasons. When I'm reading articles from back then, that would probably be more accurate. I mean, it was like CNN even putting out articles shortly like, oh, Obama's firing all outgoing, or, leftover stay over, from Bush.
Right.
So
Staffers and ambassadors from the other,
the opposing administration right before him. You didn't hear a whimper from the media for that. And 2 of them for political reasons, like I said. So I don't know. This lady, it was clear, like, again, there was this ambassador, the one from the Ukraine that was over here in the U.S. putting out stuff, and you'd work with this person hand in hand by phone call. You're doing things back and forth, and you didn't think that was bad. His op-ed to a paper, no. Did you alert that? No. And it was all like clear things. And then they want you to believe this narrative of it was, a phone call. It alerted a lot of people. They were holding money back. And it's like, well, the people that would be concerned about that didn't even know that the money was being held back. Like at that point in time, they thought the money had already maybe came or just was coming. They didn't have any reason to think it was going to be held up over anything. And so why maybe you had that perception or something now in the future, looking back, it's a reason to cry wolf and be here today, like an orchestrated type thing. But nobody else had those feelings. And that's what matters is like, you'd have to have the country kind of have felt that way and actually evidence that that's what the president was doing. And none of that exists. They're trying to make you believe it. Where with the Biden instance, for example, that Woodman loves so much, when Biden got real tough, flex his muscle a little bit. Oh yeah, I told him, the gym's that way. You either do this and do that, and then to get out of that for Biden, it's no. All that stuff existed. What I said, but I was firing that guy because he was corrupt, and he wasn't going to look into my son's dealings very fairly. So I wanted to get somebody in there that was going to do a good job, a good, honest prosecutor. And then,
wink, wink.
by the way, which ended up clearing my son, so it's all worked out great,
You can't slide that word honest in there, Mike. You had it going real good till you said honest.
Well, that's what they would say. They needed a fair, honest prosecutor in there that would, So, all right, we're gonna look at a few Twitters here.
No $1 billion for you, man.
Yes. Let me see here. No money.
Bad actors. No video gamers. I thought it was a good one there.
Suddenly, Comey and Hillary's weird tweets, amongst others, regarding Star Wars is making sense. So they're talking about that. And did you look at this one at all? By the way, Ben.
Oh, it was great. Yes. So this is think about it. Now they're communicating through video games, and it's like you look at the picture of what these games are. It's like Battle of the World, World Battles or something like that. What it was.
Yeah. Now, Woodman probably don't know much about this, but Woodman, you got your son L, right? He plays video games. So on one of the platforms, I don't know if you know enough. Does he play Xbox or PlayStation? Have you heard either of those names?
Both.
Both. So he's got probably both.
Okay.
He's probably had both over the years. Yeah, he's probably had one or the other over the years. You know.
Yeah, he's got the new fangled dangle stuff, whatever the new stuff is.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do that kind of crap, and Mr. L and I have been talking about this kind of stuff before because, you know, he plays his games. He's going like, God, Dad, you know, like they you know introduce you like this and like that and whatever stuff. You could bring your buddies in to play along, and you develop whatever. It's kind of intense, actually.
Yeah. No. We me and Ben used to play, what was it, Rainbow Six Vegas? I mean, it was pretty fun. We didn't, you know, get into the huge rooms. It was just me and him playing against the computer most of the time. It was just fun going level to level. We didn't really, I mean, for years I did the online too. I mean, just as a hobby, I didn't get into it heavily. But
they can still make these games, and this it's a Star Wars Commander game. If you go back and you on the Q tweet or the Q drop on that, go to the little tiny
it won't. That's a picture. That's a picture of it. I have to go to the real Q drop. Let me see here.
Yeah, it shows you on the little file. It actually shows one of the games, and it's actually like Battle of the Worlds, not the actual link, I think, or maybe it does down there. It shows you the picture, but on the actual little file, like we found out, the little file thing. Let's see here. And it gives a couple of pictures of, like, I was looking at this. If you scan down, I think a little with this, it shows you, there you go, right there. Worlds in Conflict. If you go up one more, just a little bit more, it's the right there. That's the actual new game, Star Wars Commander. And the new game is called Worlds in Conflict. That's the newest game you can download. Now, I don't know about this game, but this is what they're saying, like, in this, you know, games, you know, what can you do? Worlds in Conflict is inciting media, and you can get different players and, you know, get a first look at the new worlds, inclusive Worlds in Conflict. And it's like, wow. And then, of course, they're saying, you know, how do bad actors attempt comms without signet collection?
Without signal intelligence being collected.
Mm-hmm. Like
and these are private, invite only. So that actually,
and that's when you go basically play online. Like, hey, come to my, you know, my little world I set up. Are you going to be the Empire?
Yeah, no.
Or are you going to be the Rebels? And you can do chats in these rooms, and they're all.
This reminds me
secured comms.
When I got out of the service in 2004, my buddy had went out to California, and he was out there trying to do the video producing editing thing, but he was going to college as well. But we would join up once in a while on the old 360. Was it the Xbox 360 at that point, or was it still the first original one? I don't know, but we would get into a chat room just to talk because I had poor cell phone signal. So we decided, like, a few times we'd get in and maybe play a round or two afterwards of Rainbow, but we'd sit there and talk for quite a while. He'd create a quick chat room, and we'd talk on the headphone really clear, really good, catch up, and then jump in and play a game. And I was like thinking that was pretty cool, you know. But that's what they're doing to do comms off the grid, kind of almost. It's you think there'd be some other ways, but that's pretty genius, actually. Just a bunch of
that's
private.
Like even when here on your show with vMix, you know, whenever time you give out, you know, hosts and co-hosts, give them codes. That is a one-time secured connection from one machine to another, and it's actually a very, very safe, secure way of transferring where nobody can really tap in unless you're like, you know, DARPA or those kind of people. So with them doing it, it's like this is the level they're going to. You guys, they're actually creating games so they could, you know, communicate, because all other normal channels that they've been normally going somehow not working anymore.
Yeah,
so this is pretty crazy.
Here we go. This was no, that's the video. I don't want that. I had posted this last night. Remember, and I spelled Libya wrong, by the way. It was funny. This ambassador was tortured, raped, cattle prodded, and burned for 7 hours with no help from Obama or Hillary. No impeachment inquiry. This ambassador had her feelings hurt by President Trump. Must impeach now.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. That's what they do to ambassadors in other countries. This is, crazy, crazy.
So the harvest crop has been prepared and soon will be delivered for the public consumption. I said, I call it the curing process is complete and I'm ready to smoke them.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That tweet right, or that Q post right there was really crazy because that the higher loyalty to why we were talking about this in Garage Talk.
Follow the why. Remember that? Follow the why.
If you go back to I believe it was early drops 700.
Whoops.
I think it's the Rothschild. They had a Illuminati party, and there's pictures that I believe were dropped very early on. That Lord de Rothschild's wife was wearing a stag or a like a deer head, and the horns came to, and that was the Y. I think it was an old one. We're talking probably in the original. I would just type in what was it, Y in brackets, and see what comes up. And something to do with. Let me see if I can't find it here on my end. Let me see if I can't. Because it tells you, I believe, who the Y is, and I want to say it's the Rothschilds. In a second. Can't find it.
Yeah, I just remember it being the Lord de Rothschild. It's that one picture where there's a gold chair in the background with gold legs. You could just see the vast amount of wealth.
Okay,
the Y head, I thought it was Y head.
Go to post 185. Post 185. Okay. And you're going to see the Rothschilds cult, the Y head photo is what they're referring to. Just
that's one of the first ones, 185.
Yes. But bam.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Okay, hold on here. All right, now check this out.
You can also go to post 189, which is the cult that runs the world. Basically, post 189. Yep. So this is the Illuminati party that was
this is an Illuminati
done in
party,
France
Woodman.
in the early 60s or 70s. That the pictures were actually. So this is a 60s, 70s Illuminati party hosted by the Rothschilds, and I believe they're French. One of their French castles, and these
this is
very
symbolistic, Woodman. All right,
very, very satanic, ritualistic. So these
look
are the
at the
people
gold.
who,
this is real, 24 karat gold, 18 karat gold, solid. I mean, legs on a chair.
Right.
That's
very disturbing. Very disturbing. Satanic.
So
yes.
Wow.
That's the belly of the beast right there.
And who knows if that's really his wife or a tranny dude dressed up, because these people like that kind of stuff, man. It's real crazy.
Who knows?
So you can even go to post 189 after that, and it talks about identify symbolism with the owl /Y. And we know the Y, the owl, that is kind
what
of
number
stuff.
was that one?
Post 189. It ties into
the
the
owl
Y.
The owl wasn't that tied into Epstein also? The owl, remember?
The owl has been a ubiquitous symbol for an occult Moloch. I'm talking sometimes
Bohemian
the owl
Grove.
is always for knowledge. The Bohemian Grove is a big giant
They have
owl.
that's a huge.
Moloch,
what is that? A redwood? I think it's a redwood tree out in the forest out there in Bohemian Grove.
I don't know if it's a tree or a stone.
Well, that's what.
I don't know.
I read somewhere it was a tree cut pretty high up, but they've carved it into this Moloch,
the owl. Yeah.
So identify symbolism. Owl. Why? All right. So that's always been something that we've discussed here in the past for sure. So if you identify symbol, let me make that a little bigger. And then
the owl/Y symbols, what powerful groups have the owl symbols. I mean, this is some of this stuff just goes. I mean, we're talking.
So identify symbolism owl Y, which performers and celebrities supported HRC, Hillary Rodham Clinton, during the election, who performed during her rallies, what jewelry and or tattoos are present, what other events do they attend together, what does HRC represent to them, what celebrities have owl/Y head symbols. See, I remember this post really well. What politicians have the owl and Y head symbols. What powerful people have the owl and Y head symbols? What powerful groups? Why are they worn and shown openly? Their need for symbolism will be their downfall. So the cult runs the world. What family did Soros replace? Which one did he replace?
Wow.
So these are some older posts, Woodman, kind of before you got involved. And yes, they takes me back a little bit, but
Wow.
But this is what they're referring to, because it's like these are the people that we've always talked about, and they're like, oh, these guys, who's this? Oh, it's like these people have been running our Earth, not just our country. We're talking our Earth for, I believe, the dawn of time. Man, there's always been a subversive. They follow the evil one. That's who they follow, and it's crazy. There is something is happening. There's a calling of the herd, if you will. These people are doing some crazy stuff. Even like this latest post that we just went over. It's the harvest time. Follow the Y, and these people. It's the crop has been prepared. I mean, stuff. Delivered to the public for consumption. A higher loyalty. Hunters become the hunted. Treason, sedition. How do you remove liability? The 6 o'clock can be dangerous.
So let me ask a question. I'll ask, and people have been kind of typing it here and there. But what is the importance of this equal justice under the law, regardless of last name? And it was like yesterday. I saw something on here too. It was basically like we just saw Roger Stone go down. Now, again, Roger claimed to have had back channel with WikiLeaks or something, and they got him on lying. Like that didn't pan out to be true, so they got him on lying because he didn't really have a back channel with WikiLeaks. So that kind of proves the narrative of there was never no Russia, nothing. But anyway, that question of what is the importance, do you think, or why are we only seeing people close to Trump go down right now? And if you look at the crimes being committed or what they're getting on them, it's not really anything of importance or to do with anything to do with Trump. It's just some things that they've gotten caught up on around them, but we haven't seen anybody else go down. That's a pretty big question. So I don't know if either of you can tackle that, or I guess the importance of equal justice, regardless of last name, for moving forward, and why haven't we only seen people around Trump go down and not any around anybody else that we know or claim to think?
We want justice to be blind, but we know justice is not blind. We know that justice favors the rich. It favors the politician. It favors optics. You don't have to be right. You just have to get more people to think the way you do. I mean, that's why they say you're judge and the jury of your peers. Really? Peers that think all just like me, then you're not really judged by a jury of your peers. So it's like, equal justice under the law, no matter what your name is. We all want that. Why is it not happening? Because our system is inherently corrupt, because most of us have no idea what and how the system should look like. So therefore, it's a breeding ground for corruption, in my opinion. So this is why you won't get equal justice. Remember, we should be innocent until proven guilty. Now we're guilty, and we gotta chase after our innocence, and people think that's normal. And I think that's one of the main reasons why.
Airborne, brother. Airborne.
That's a good one.
Airborne.
All right, so hold on, everybody. I'm getting a little bit of glitchiness here. Signal's good and strong. I did hear somebody earlier or see somebody write. It's glitchy again. Back out, come back in. We got a great, strong green health signal here. Oops, let me get the
strong.
All right, I'm gonna pull up a few more. So again, a reminder: Obama fired every single ambassador appointed by his predecessor in 2008. So why did you Democrats spend all day chastising President Trump for replacing one person? Hypocrisy at its finest.
Yeah, when you see hypocrisy, when you see something you don't like, and you see it over and over in other factions of your life, it gets easier to see these things. The team here at the Patriot Hour, we all have a huge adverse reaction to lies because we've been ingesting them for most of our lives, and now we're just like sick and tired of it. So when you hear or you read something that's just a blatant untruth, it's like, whoa, and we are playing to win, they are playing not to lose, and that is a very different game strategy. And you see how their game strategy is. It is a victimhood. It is, well, in my point of view, is what this last ambassador said. And we're not, man. Us Patriots, we're playing to win. And we'll do what it takes to win, not to, we're just not going to lose. Hopefully we don't lose.
Wow, that jumped huge. All I did was add the link because yesterday it was at 46 or 56 or I think nice. David Woodruff had the other day said, "Oh wow, I'm subscriber 45, like the same as President Trump, 45." So here it is, 136. So that's cool. Yeah, folks,
that is awesome.
This will start picking up a little bit. Just give us some time. Good to see about 760 in the room. We're gonna
oh yeah.
Looking good.
All you guys, and I see all kinds of members here. I see all you guys here. I see the mods here, and all you other guys, man. Just all you Patriots are awesome. Gotta give a shout out to the members and the mods for sure. You guys are pretty awesome. I just think how you guys, man, almost 750 here watching is crazy.
Yeah.
Well, they're here to watch a show, man. This is exactly what it is. It's a show.
Danielle Bird is a mod and a member, I think now. I see like a nice little...
Look at that. I see that. Look at she's been double vetted.
Now look, I'm going to let you mod, I don't know how to do it. You guys can have your unique little thing next to it too. I'll figure it out. We'll work together. I'll do some changes. I got to figure it out.
No, you guys are all, I'm a fan of you guys, man. We all constantly say how just amazed that, you guys want to come and hear our opinions and how we view the world and those around us. Sometimes it's not pretty, but it's definitely the truth, man. Definitely the truth.
Let's do a shout out here, you guys. Wait, 20,000 emails where on her text about Benghazi? They found 20,000 Hillary emails and her text about Benghazi. When and where? We also want to keep an eye on the Biden Kerry connection. Something came out on that Trump talked about. He said the media is not talking about it because if they did, everything would be over. So they're just ignoring it so they can keep going forward with a fake narrative.
Whitewash it like they do.
So, but do a shout out, you guys, where you're from, where you're tuning in from. We love to do a little bit of that. We'll call it out here.
Can you read them off, Woodman? Can you see them as you got one on you? Because you got two screens now, right? You got like a screen that has your pop out, your chat, all nice and big, so you can see it.
Yeah,
Can you call out some people's names?
How we started off the show was I was over looking at that, and you guys are going, "Oh yeah, you didn't salute whatever." Yeah, I've been watching this. This is how I sure. That's how I got sidetracked on the end. Poor intro for me. Yeah.
There it is, buddy. Can you read that, man?
Well, yeah, I can read them all. I can read the other screen too.
Actually see
kind
the
heart.
people
Ed
for the
B.
first time in my life.
Yeah. Who would you pick on when I leave?
Come on.
Yeah.
Let me get that
Danielle. She's always great.
There we go.
Danielle. We got Tammy. We got Ed B. Like I said, John Hook again. He's always there. Grilling. He's always there.
Yep, we're all three veterans up here today. Ben's a veteran, Woodman's a veteran, and myself. So thank you guys.
Yeah.
Missouri.
I was in during Moses days, according to Ben and Mike.
He's got an autographed Bible.
Yeah.
And owes Moses a quarter.
Yeah. I'm the old guy.
We're getting everybody, man. We're talking. There's cats from Elkhart, Indiana, Arizona, England, across the pond. We love you guys. Ontario, Canada, all Patriot Canucks to the north. Nevada, Ohio, Massachusetts. Let's see here. Toronto, Canada, Fargo, North Dakota.
North Dakota.
Oh, loving it. All kind of Chicago, Texas.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Chicago suburbs.
You guys are awesome.
Athens, Georgia, AB, Ken Sod. That's a brother that's been around here for a while now. Keep your powder dry, baby.
Yeah.
Or brother. USMC, retired Army, Vigilante Blade.
Raggedy Man, what up? Terry Anderson.
Beaumont, Texas. Fallon Air Force. Fallon, Nevada Naval Air Base. Frank Maxwell.
Ooh, nice.
What's going on, brother?
Nice. North Carolina.
You guys, we're gonna do the call-in show. Face. Oh, let me see face. Okay. Welcome, face. I didn't know if you're a mod over here or not, but you are. So great.
Well, we got people from the 3227 and the 04 and 05, 82nd Airborne. Following us too. I seen that the other day on a chat.
By the way, Joe Hess, I would say yes to your question, Mr. Joe Hess. The answer is yes.
What was the question?
To answer a couple questions here. He wanted to know if Barbara Bush was Aleister Crowley's daughter, and I was like, yes. It's crazy.
Some kind of
that was just a side crazy
ritualistic child from the
look into that, man. Night. Look into who her mom was and her parents before.
I think we got an episode on that.
Yes, we did.
All right.
Oh, Mothers of Darkness.
Did we? Mothers. I mean, I think we might have got into that. So check out our Mothers of Darkness. It's a 2-part series.
Who they were connected to, and I had to wash my eyeballs and my brains for a long time after those ones. The information that we had to dig up. I mean, it had to get out. I mean, you guys had it needed to be seen, but still, man, it wasn't easy delivering that message. It was hard.
Hey, like now you know how I feel, Ben. I'm sorry, I have no feelings for you. You and Mike made me watch all the dumb crap. Oh my, it's like you said. Your eyes and your ears are burning. Oh my word! Oh, I was
yeah, man.
blind.
Once you see that stuff and you see the truth, you can't ever, you can't ever go back anymore.
Oh man!
No, sir. No, sir.
How do you deal with nothing but pure ignorance? That's the question right there. How do you deal with pure ignorance? That's you come up with that idea.
I pray a whole bunch. I pray a lot for strength.
Follow my drift, though. Come on, man. Everything will stem right out that answer. You're boom, like we are. We got a backbone. We got mouths. We got ears. We can, you hear something, say something. That's what we do, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You guys are fantastic, by the way. I appreciate it, man.
Oh, it's awesome.
I like to, real quick, I'll show you guys this 3 days and 3 nights. He's pretty good over here on the Twitter. So 3 days and 3 nights, fellow Patriot. What if the 2018 voter fraud allowed DHS and the the legal right in 2019 to place an independent data collection screen like those used in ATM fraud on the top or inside voting machine touchscreens to see if the machine is recording votes correctly to each server. So you got voter selects candidate, encryption mixnet to the server, store data, tally of votes to a decryption mixnet, unlock to the result display.
Okay, so that's a good way, but they put it over it, huh? Jeez. This is why I do, man. We were saying this earlier on in episodes ago about I want to look into see about maybe being a volunteer at some of these voting places come 2020. And ooh, that was a bad one right there, by the way.
Yeah, that's
burned the stake.
Oh my
that was when
word!
Q linked to it earlier today.
That is
That's
terrible.
for a
That is
damn
terrible.
flag. Oh, that's one. All right,
Look at him all smiling at his man.
You do Michael's
Both of
voice.
them,
I'll
yeah.
do Obama. You do Michael's.
Go ahead.
Ah,
Here's Michael's voice. All this for a damn flag.
It won't work.
Michael
I mean, but this
Obama.
is sick though. Look at this.
Yeah, remember that one day we were watching that one video when we got to watch our jumps flip around back and forth.
All this
Michael
for a
and-
damn flag.
Oh, my
That big old man jaw spewing that. That mean this. All this for a damn flag. That's right, Michael. And these people are sick. I mean, this tells you right now that they don't love our country. Yeah, he'll embrace the Kenyan flag over the American flag.
For a damn flag.
Well, why are you score? Big commander of
For a
ISIS.
damn flag.
Tweet, tweet.
Oh, this for a
Tweet,
damn
tweet.
flag. Here's the thing: is these people are so idiotic they don't understand that they don't need people that read lips anymore. It's called facial recognition, AI algorithm. You don't get it. It's like they have
98%, 0.9% chance that they said this flag sucks.
That he said
You know.
I mean, this isn't just like Yvonne over here who used to be deaf and now she hears, but she's a really good lip reader, and then she's interpreting English. No. Now they got technology. See, I heard a statement earlier by another YouTube creator, which is really, really cool. It was a really great one. He says, our technology is out.
Is what
Think
now?
about that.
You cut out. Say that one more time.
Our technology is outpacing their lies.
Okay. Yay. Yeah.
Because we now there's cameras. We now got like this picture here.
There's Woodman's favorite
no
lady
namer.
here, Marina Yankovic. And there's no name. No namer.
What's McCain doing in there?
Well,
This the
That was before
we're all
looks
he was
like he's
dying
kind of
to-
fondling this soldier. Giving back rubs. I think he's there giving massages. How's that, soldier? That's a Ukrainian
Death
martyr.
squad that
Got
they
your
use
back,
from
buddy.
time to time for black ops when they do false flags in other countries. These good bunch of yukis right here.
There's a good bunch of ukuleles right there. They
Big bunch of okis, Oh, an okie from Ukraine-okie.
Yeah, no, there's this little black op mission there. Woodman, nothing to see.
Nothing
Well,
that was
yeah.
celebratory in the little tiny room in Kiev somewhere.
How many of them got the boots that they wore walking around so they could hide that little ankle bracelet? I'm
Woodman
sorry,
likes-
man. Well, I mean, come on, get real, man.
So this is an interesting one here on this. Spy versus Spy, he just wrote this on October 23rd. What if the biggest QAnon battles were fought and won by the end of 17? Well, that would mean that we're all witnessing a little theatrics here in a movie. And I got a video on that as well. Check out 5 of 5, the
You
QAnon
check out
movie.
that early first video of the QAnon movie.
The movie 5 of 5. Get them all on
Lord
tape.
have
How do you get leverage against those who kill? How do you legally inject into the system information?
You guys are terrible, man. You guys are terrible. Gee whiz, holy
In the
cow.
courts. All right, we're going to wrap this one up for tonight. Look forward to more live shows. We're going to get back to the call-ins. We're back over here now, and we're not going to do anything to salvage that, but we'll see. With all the new terms and conditions, we're not in control. We're just here. This is their
But I'll
platform.
tell you what we are in control of, people, is there's going to be a mind-blowing Patriot Festival come August 14th and 15th, 2020, where, you know, all of us here at the Patriot Hour, the team, we're working really overtime. I mean, Mike and
We're
Roman
all
just
going to
went down
get together this week, aren't
rounds.
we? Why don't we do that? You know,
Oh, yeah,
You know, let's plan on like maybe
yeah,
Wednesday or something, midweek, early down there. We can, if that works for you guys, we'll do that. That's something that then we can bring you some information on that. But again, like Ben said, August 14th, August 15th of 2020, months before the election, August 14th and 15th, flag retirement. Have you ever been to one? 21 gun salute, the proper way to bury a
You know
flag
about
that's
one?
flown.
Gotta be there.
You got to be there. Woodman's going to be there. Ben's going to be
Patriot
there.
Writers.
Fluid Pourer by
Yes.
Art's going to be there. Some of the mods are going to be there. It's a free event. Come check out the
Totally
flag
for free.
retirement.
Family, bring children, bring your mom, dad,
motorcycle
grandma,
ride.
grandpa, kinfolk.
60-mile ride. If you can't bring your motorcycle and you want to be in the ride, you can get in a car. I think it's $20 a vehicle or $10 for a car. 20. I don't know. Somewhere around there. That things cost
have no
money.
idea.
The event's free. Flag retirement, food, family orientated. We're gonna have bands, music, beer gardens, all for.
So that's the one thing
event's
that
free.
we are working on.
Bristol,
we are
Indiana.
Making happen. Yep.
Bristol,
I'm gonna
Indiana.
start right now. I'm gonna start. So we say the Patriot.
Well, the main thing
Fest.
is it's a flag retirement ceremony. That is the main.
That's been going on. This is the
main
9th year.
That's been yep.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Keep on talking about more
That's
there,
amazing.
Woodman, about the flag retirement. Now that I'm putting up the all this stuff here on, so for the people,
Oh,
so I
yeah.
can keep on where it's at Bristol, Post
Bristol,
143.
Indiana, Bristol American Legion 143. Woodman knows a little bit. He's Mike going to be commander down there. I was first
no,
vice
no, no,
commander
I
think
for
he will
years.
be.
No, no.
Yes,
I'm not
yes,
going
yes,
to be.
yes, yes.
Yes,
No,
yes, yes.
no.
Yes,
No,
sir.
I heard from Randy.
Hold on.
Pound.
Let's hear from Woodman himself. Hold on, Woodman. I'm gonna.
Now wait a minute.
Yes, I'm gonna be commander. I'm gonna be commander when I get down there at the Legion. Yeah.
No,
I'm joking. Go
no.
ahead. I had muted you
But
so nobody could hear you. I was talking for you.
Yeah, I love you guys too. Randy Pounds told me that Wally's going to go ahead and run again, so I don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
So I was going to tell you guys that I could be like free with the crowd like you guys were.
Look at that.
I
Now,
can float now.
this is a vote
No.
system here, but yeah, I guess, 8 months in advance, Wally told you don't worry about it. He's got it. But it is a vote.
No, what?
See, folks,
No,
this
wait,
corruption exists on all scales of society. At your local
Just
churches,
you.
local legions.
Tell about the email, Mike.
Yeah, Patriots, 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 Fest, Fest, 2020 at Gmail. Email that, because after us meeting up this week, we'll probably get quite a bit done on a computer, a system that we're going to put together, a digital flyer. This digital flyer will have a layout of the lands, a layout of the pavilion, a layout of the Legion, generically, Skyview, whatever. We'll draw some stuff on there. We'll make master copies, and we will email everybody that emails us back. We're going to do a mass email out coming in the next, give us a month, if even that long. That gives us some definite time to get together, get this done. And that email, we're going to shoot you a basic digital flyer. That way you know where you're going, what's going on. We'll have some contact numbers on there, contact emails, numbers for the Legion, Wally, Woodman. He's going to be the point of contact from the Patriot Hour to the commander, and stuff like that.
Because we want to hear from you guys, and also with this email that I've copiously blasted here on on the top chat here, which is going crazy. This is a way, if you are coming,
Holy
again,
cow, I
like,
guess
like
you
Mike
did.
and Ben said, if you are coming, you know, let us know, because we here at the team, we are working in partnership with our local American Legion. We're all members. We all been there for a while. You know, this is a really good thing. We're working with not-for-profit organizations like the Legion, Steps for Vets, a lot of the Patriot Riders, and so we want to know how many people are coming. Why? The auxiliary has, well, they want to sell foods. We've got artists that are coming into town out of state who want to donate and sell their artwork for this actual event. So this thing is going to be huge, you guys. And so we want to have a way to not only keep you guys up to date on what new events we are securing, hopefully, like I said, the bands, we want to secure, obviously, some high profile, maybe some speakers there. We don't know. Again, we want to get it out to you guys and have something that we can get back to you and say, hey, this is what it is. Plus, like we talked about, the commander at the Legion, this guy, you know, we're working with him. He wants to know how many people. Is it going to be 200 or 2,000? We hope 20,000. We want to shut the whole town down. And so this is a way for us to really,
what a good problem to have.
Well, you know, you got to keep so much food on hand. You can't have, okay, here, be open-minded here. You can't have food prep for 200 people when 2,000 people show up. So you have to have what I call a kitty. You contact different places around you and say, look, this is what we're doing. And if we happen to run out because we have too many people, can we rely on you to go ahead and, you know, fill the order? And they go like, well, yeah, okay. So you have all these places on standby. So, but the main thing is you have to have a certain amount you plan for. Hey, we have a counter, everybody. We have a counter. It works. You know.
So basically, if we know that you're coming, we can be better prepared to have a better event. Moving forward, this is our first annual Patriot Fest, 9th annual Legion flag retirement ceremony. So we're in conjunction with that this year. Next year we might do it again if it works out great, and we don't care. We don't care if it's 5 of you show up this year, and then the next year it's 10 and 20. That's great. We're gonna meet face to face for the first time.
Yep, we're gonna be there. That's what we're gonna be doing. You know,
we're wanting to do a 2-day live stream. Pull off a 2-day live stream. Those of you that can't come, it's gonna be streamed. Those of you that do come, you're gonna be on the live stream with us. We're gonna do a show Friday night out in the pavilion. Outside camping. We mentioned camping's allowed for the 2 days and 2 nights. I mean, bands, music, food, festival, retirement ceremony for flag. The scouts are there.
Hosted by veterans. Yeah, the
family
scouts are there. I mean, you're talking
good times.
Oh yeah,
good food. Good food.
Oh, yeah.
Las Vegas Patriot here, Tim Combs. Thank you. I was just down there back in late July. Would have been great to have met up and had a drink or something. But maybe next time, Las Vegas Patriot.
You can come to the Patriot Fest, and I will have a beer with you.
Yeah.
I won't have a beer with every single one of you, because I couldn't do that. That'd be too much beer for me.
Unless we do it all at once.
With all of you. Yes.
I will have a shot with all of you.
Cornhole.
It'll have to be all at once.
Yes. You know, yeah, so if you guys can, man, that's
plenty
something
of water
that
there,
the team here at the Patriot Hour, we work really closely with our local veteran organizations, and there's one that we really take really great pride in, and we want to work with them this year, the year in 2020 in August, the 14th and 15th, and that's something that we're going to be doing. We hope to see you guys there. So that's going to be something you're going to be hearing a lot more about, pretty much all the time. We can get it out to you guys, let you guys know. Email that email. I'll shoot it across one more time across the bow.
All right, Ben's going to take care of the email. Plus, we're going to have some shirts probably made up. We're going to have some shirts made up.
Let me know.
For the event. No, I mean, Ben's shooting the email out to you guys right now is what he just did.
Yeah,
it again.
hopefully you should come on here again.
Nope, there's a lot of them. That's awesome. So we got the
I
emails.
see it.
Got
Whoa,
lots
I see
of
a lot of it.
Where is this fest happening? Where's the fest happening? It's going to be in Bristol, Indiana. We have to
Okay.
keep repeating ourselves.
I'll go back to my upper ones and I'll start blasting that one.
Bristol,
Okay, Bristol.
Indiana. And
Bristol, Indiana is all the way to the top of the state in the middle of it.
yes,
Just so people
minutes
know.
away from Michigan.
We're like 4 or 5 miles away from Michigan. In the
Here we
center
go.
of the state, in the top. Uh-oh, there we go. Ben's
There we
doing it
go.
again. Holy cow,
We'll do it
Wilbur.
again. Well, see, this is why, because people look for this stuff. This is an easy way to get it when you back and you go back on the live chat, or if you ever go back.
I guess.
You're never gonna find one or two posts. There's like 1,000 or so posts during this live show, but you'll always see a good chunk of the same thing over. So I like to do that, the address and the email. So it's no worries to find that. But I know I'm gonna be there. Hopefully everything
You're
works out
camping.
in my personal world to where I can get my children going to be there. If we're camping out, we're bringing my guitar, get fiddle, mandolin, banjo,
so
whatever
expect
you got.
that in
We're
the
gonna have a
evenings. We got
campfire.
some
Yeah.
between Ben and some of the other people I know that have been there in
I
the
know
past.
Dylan said he's going to bring his get fiddle. I mean, this is going to
There we
be a
go.
hanging out of the veterans. And
This is going to
patriots.
be, and we want to have footage of this. We're going to be, like we said, doing the live stream. Other than that, hopefully some of the mods are there. We're going to try to have some shirts made for the mods specifically, so all the people that do show up can meet the mods. They can help, along with things we got. We all want to be part of the ride. We go to this other Legion. It's all kinds of great things going on for a couple of days.
There's going to be free giveaways. There's going to be so much stuff, raffles. and
There's raffles.
you guys, it really
This
gonna
is
be a
about.
good
It's a
time.
free event, but the beers are like $1 a beer. Now the commander even already told us he doesn't have a problem with bringing your own cooler, and if you're camping out there for the couple of days or even one of the nights, or even if you're not camping out there and you're staying at a local hotel but you plan, because that's fine too. We get that. It's on you. The camping is what we consider pretty much roughing it. We have running
It's a
water.
primitive camping. There's no,
Not for
it's primitive.
campsites. There's no
there are
electric.
bathroom facilities.
Yes,
but,
bathroom facilities outside, even at the pavilion. There's a female, male with 2 or 3 stalls, couple sinks, mirrors, and pretty nice and clean in there. So anyway, there'd be beer garden, water. We're looking to have some shirts to sell for you guys to be able, Patriot Hour shirts or something in conjunction with the Legion's shirts or something. They always have an event shirt for that year. We're looking to have an event shirt. We'll probably have a different color for the mods and kind of like staff or whatnot and security. And I'm not joking, but all right.
gotta
Welcome
have
to
some of
Tier
the
1
best,
support.
yeah.
Jennifer Bay's got a new member. Thank you.
We got lots of new members. You guys, this is awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. So that video I did, it was 3 at the time. Let's see where we're at now, just because we've talked about it a little bit, and just to welcome all new members.
I can't see it yet.
No, you won't. Let me. I gotta
The date
figure it out
again.
here.
Okay.
I don't even know
so
what I'm
the
doing.
date is
Hiding
August
hiding it from you.
14th and
I see
15th,
green.
2020. Let me.
Well, you're looking at green people now, right? Oh wow, check it out, green people. Those, the green are members, correct?
Yes, I think it. Well, yes, and then it changes over time. If they're there for a month, it might go to another color, or if they're different. I'm not real sure. Hold on, let me look.
Pretty
right.
wild.
I'm going to do this again. Now I'm also putting the Patriot Fest B Tech Venditata. I think that's VTTA. That's awesome for the top chat. Awesome.
You know it.
So now I'm putting the actual address, the time, and the date. August 14th and 15th, I believe, of 2020.
14th and 15th.
Yep.
Sunday is the 16th. You pretty much get up.
Well, clean up and
There
go.
it is, folks.
clear out.
Yeah.
You ain't got to go home, but you can't stay. I'm just joking.
You know that routine.
Hey, check you.
Okay,
Well,
real quick.
time
18 members,
clean
you
up and
guys.
go.
18 members.
Oh,
I'm going to
sweet.
read off these names here real quick. Jennifer, and if I butcher it, just bear with me. Jennifer Baez, Danielle Bird, Sherry Owens, Adam Lewis, Janet Walker, Edith Chupp, Jim Stawicki, Bob K. Meyer, Chris Gordon, Wendy Rosebud, Drone RX7. Some of these names are familiar, folks. Tim Combs, Wendy McMillan, Terry Grieve, Sunu, and Wisdom 101, and Fifth Miracle, and Parts Driver. Welcome to the Patriot Hour family.
It's awesome.
There's going to be some unique, what were we talking about, Ben? Some Garage Talk episodes. Finally, we get to kick off Garage Talk.
We've been what we do a lot as a team is we don't really have so much. We do prepare for each show, and how we do prepare is through Garage Talk, and that is either through phone calls or they're in studio at the Garage Talk studio spot. So someone for the members, and this is just. It's content that nobody ever really gets to hear, and you get to hear all the good stuff here on the live show. You're not missing anything. It's just more. Sometimes you hear more jokes, just more personal stories. You get to kind of, I guess, get to a little more of a feel about each one of us here on the team, and kind of how we think and our own quirks, because it's a different format than when we're right now. We're all very aware of each other. We're trying to get a certain amount of information out because you guys are watching. We're in Garage Talk. We're slamming ideas against one another, and sometimes it's a lot of fun.
Yes. So, all right. Any closing words, Woodman, to the people before we head out of here? Just words of advice or wisdom.
I hope everybody had a good week. God bless every one of you. Our mods are fantastic. I don't know how to say it, since we have members that are green. I don't want to welcome green people. I don't know how you say that. Anyway, I would like to address everyone in America. We've been watching our president deal with an uphill battle for 3 years, and it's been going on before he was even elected. Pray for him. Grab your neighbor's hand. If you know an elderly person in a neighborhood or anywhere, heck, bring him a meal. Sit down, play a game of cards with him or something. Sit down, America, and have a meal with your family. Not just for Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever. Let's get back to being a real family. Once we get back to being a real family, we could be a real nation again. If you allow all these, I don't know how to say it, you allow all these idiots like Mike and I were doing Garage Talk about this one show we were talking about. It's very sick, people. If we cannot allow things like this to happen in our schools. They're trying to train our kids very, very evil thoughts prior to even being involved in any kind of a political realm or argument. Pray for everybody, especially Mike and Ben and Scott and them guys. Are all brains. They got me hanging around because I'm the old idiot. But they're highly intelligent. They've been guiding me along the path. All I have to offer is all my past knowledge and security and God. Yeah, check it out during this month. These guys are fantastic. And by the way, Mike, you You've been to my house and you never once brought them cards, Mike.
I know. I need
You know
to.
what I mean?
Somebody sent this, by the way. I'm gonna have to do a show tomorrow.
like
We're already in an hour, 40 minutes, and so I did get to the PO box, and I don't know if you guys are watching tonight, and without having everything in front of me, I wouldn't be able to. But somebody sent me the book, White Hats, the Swamp
Nice.
Creatures
I
of
like it.
QAnon, a Who's Who Spygate. I mean, it's a thick.
Wow.
Nice.
Roy by Captain Roy D.
Nice.
Fantastic.
This book is a.
God bless you guys.
It's an
Oh, yes.
encyclopedia of Spygate. So it reveals really, I mean, it's a great, lots of information, you guys, like just broken down, player, who's who, what's what. And I got a flag. Somebody sent me an original 48 star, before Alaska and Hawaii. So we're added. It's kind of like the Red Skeleton video where you're talking about when I was a small child, this happened in the school classroom one day, blah blah blah. And then at the end of the video, since I've been a small child, we've done 2 things. We've added 2 stars and we added under God to the pledge of allegiance. So all right, let's shut this one down. We'll be back. Look forward to some videos this week coming up in the morning hour here on the Patriot Hour. Of course, we're probably going to let the other channel hang a little bit for Trump rallies and such things like
we
that.
Can get more edgy and not so much. We enjoy getting the truth out to you guys, and we're playing the algorithms like every other creator is, and we're trying to get our information out to as much people as possible. That's our goal, and so we'll do it for as long as they allow us.
Yep.
And we'll find another platform and keep on doing it there.
Yep, that's right.
Yep.
No worries. We'll be around. You just might have to dig around to find us. But other than that, fellas, it was a great show. Thanks, Patriots. Thanks, mods. Thanks, members. It's great. Everyone's here. We know you're busy, and thanks for joining us for this hour and a half, 45-minute show. We'll see you back here on the next one coming this week. And again, Patriot Fest 2020 hashtag. Make sure you're there. Or, join in on the live stream at least. Fellas,
For sure.
till next time, keep fighting for justice and don't give up anything to idiots. Don't give up any more rights than we already have. It's always hard to get back anything you give to idiots. Bill Cooper said that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Airborne.
All right,
God bless
guys.
you guys, man.
God bless. Have a great night, everybody. See you back here.
So it is to the printing press, to the recorder of man's deeds, the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive.
Good night, Patriots. See you back here to possibly tomorrow morning. Good night, Patriots. Good night, mods. Good night, members. See you back here.
Thank you.